up, YouTube? In this video I'm going to teach you how to play When It Rains It Pours by Luke Combs. It's in half step down tuning, so go ahead and get your guitar tuned before getting started. You can play it in standard later if it fits your voice better, but the way he plays it is half step down. Now this song's really easy because the majority of it only uses 3 chords. They're going to be G, and that's 3rd fret low E, 2nd fret A, open D, open G, 3rd fret B, and high E strings. You're going to use a C add 9, which is 3rd fret A, 2nd fret D, open G, 3rd fret B, and high E. And then you're also going to use a D major chord. That's open D, 2nd fret G, 3rd fret B, and 2nd fret high E. There are a couple more chords in the bridge, and I'll show you those when we get there. So to get started, I'm going to play the intro, and this is also how you play a majority of the verse, with the exception of the ending. It's going to sound like this. Just repeat it over and over again until the end of the verse. So we're only going to use the G and then the C add 9 chord for this first part. And the strumming pattern is really easy too. So for G, it's going to go down, 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 up, down. Now when you switch to the C add 9, it's going to be an up strum, and you're also going to add a little hammer on there. So you want to leave the D string open, and when you strum up, you're going to hammer onto the 2nd fret of the D string. So that first up strum has that hammer on. So if we're switching from G to C, it sounds like this. So the hammer on's just on that first strum. So first strum with the hammer on, then you're going to go up, down, down, up, down, up. Go back to G, and again you just repeat this. So you play each chord for one measure, and let's call it a bar. So I don't know if it's called a bar, but four measures, you switch between these, and you're going to do that for the intro once. So the intro is G, C add 9, G, C add 9, and then you go into the verse. So that's 1. The verse, you do that 4 times. It's played the exact same way. The only difference is towards the ending, when he says, "So I went for a drive to clear my mind." It sounds like this. So I went for a drive to clear my mind, ended up at a shell on I-65. So that's when you use the D chord. And the D chord strumming pattern is going to be down, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. And then you switch to the C add 9 for the very last chord, and you're just going to strum down, no hammer on unless you want to, and let it ring out. So I went for a drive to clear my mind, ended up at a shell on I-65. And that takes you into the chorus. So the intro and majority of the verse, again, sounds like this. And then the ending of the verse is going to be that D to the C add 9. That's how you play the verses. Alright, now on to the chorus. The chorus uses the same chord, so it's going to be again G, C add 9, and D. But the strumming pattern is a little bit different, and it's got 3 parts. So I'm going to play the first part that you have to learn. Again, this is the one that's most similar with a different strumming pattern. It sounds like this. That's just switching from G to C add 9, but the strumming pattern for each chord is down, down, up, and then you switch switch. In the C add 9, you can do that hammer on like you did in the verse. This time just do it on the first down strum. Hammer on to the 2nd fret of the D string. So, strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So you do that part 3 times, and then you're going to switch to the D chord, and that's going to go into the second part of the chorus. And D chord gets a similar strumming pattern as the verse. It's going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then you're going to repeat the first part you learned. So G to C. And you do that again 3 more times. Then you do the D chord 1 more time, same strumming pattern. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And this is just before he says, and I ain't gotta see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. He switches back to a C add 9, and then ends it with a D chord. And that strumming pattern goes like this. And I ain't gotta see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh, when it rains, it pours. And then he goes back into the intro chords. So that part with the C add 9, it's gonna go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then you switch to D, and it goes down, 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 up, down, up. And you let the up strum ring out. So again, after that, you go back into the intro chords and back into the next verse, which is played the same way as the first one. Now the last part of the song you need to learn is the bridge, and that's the part where he says, and I've been on one hell of a redneck roll for 3 weeks now. The chords you're going to be using are different than before. It's going to be an A minor 7th, and that's going to be open A, 2nd fret D, open G, 1st fret B, and an open high E string. And then it's going to, you just got to move your middle finger up to the 2nd fret of the A string. I think this is some variation of a B over G, but I can't remember for sure. But 2nd fret A, open D, open G, 1st fret B, open high E string, and then a C major chord. 3rd fret A, 2nd fret D, open G, 1st fret B, open high E string. And the strumming pattern for this part goes like this. So, first chord, down, down, up, switch to the 2nd fret A, down, down, up, and then C goes down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now the second part uses the same strumming pattern and the same chords, but you just end with a C chord with the down strum and let it ring out. So it goes down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, and let the C ring out. So together it would sound like this. And that's how you play the bridge. So once you put all those parts together, you can play the entire song. If you'd like, I'll post a link to the cover you can play along with. That also has the tabs on the screen once you get the hang of the chords. And there's also, of course, downloadable tabs down below if you want to practice without the video. But if you have any questions, as always, go ahead and leave them in the comment box down below. And also your requests if you have any. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.